Jewelry and accessories can often take a very basic cookie cutter outfit and turn it into a very unique and stylish one. These are the very important pieces that are the icing on the cake. And so I thought it'd be fun in this video to go over some fashion trends in the jewelry world that are happening right now, and going into 2026, we're gonna talk about some interesting trends that are coming up. And because I know y'all love the controversy, we're gonna throw in some jewelry pieces that just can feel a little bit dated still in 2025 and going into 2026. And there's one, I'm not gonna say it's out of style, because it's not out of style, it's more of just a very classic basic item, but it's definitely not a trend anymore. You definitely have it in your closet. It's a very classic item. It was very trending for a long time, but it's just kind of moved to the back burner of fashion. And when you see a lot of these trends that are happening for 2026, you'll kind of see why, and let's get started. Let's start off with a necklace that I definitely think is going to be more mainstream in 2026. It's already been starting to come back, but we just really haven't seen it out in real life as much yet, but it's the long necklaces. They had a really big reign. They were very much on trend in like the mid 2010s, and then they went very out of style for a while, I think because they were just so big during that time. But they are back, and we are seeing a lot of really unique and fun long necklaces come back, some of our old favorites, and they are being styled layered with a lot of these shorter necklaces. You don't have to style them that way, but that is a look that is happening right now and going into 2026. I think this is kind of fun, and if you are somebody who loves longer necklaces, you probably had a really hard time finding them for a good many years, and I think in 2026 you're going to find a lot more options out there. An item that's out that I don't think anybody would be upset about it. Do you remember when the little string black choker came back in? I think that was also in the mid 2010s, and then it came back in like 2020 or 2021 or 2022, something like that. And it was there for a minute. It's kind of still kind of a dated look. The black string, unless you're a tween. If you're like 15 years old, I think my daughter, she's 10, she has one. She got it from a friend. So great in that department. But for us adults, still, it feels a little bit juvenile, and it looks a little bit like you're trying to relive your years in the 90s when you watch The Craft every Halloween. I love that movie, but that's what I think about when I think of the little black chokers. But what is in, and what is gonna be very in 2026 are the collar necklaces. And no, I'm not talking about some biker dog collar situation, none of that, but the very elegant, it's kind of a choker style necklace, but it's not the little black string. It's like it'll be some kind of metal, some kind of sterling silver, or maybe it has a gem on it or something like that. But those will be a trend in 2026. We are seeing a lot of small faced, more dainty, more almost vintage looking or vintage inspired watches. Now, I personally think with a watch, I've always gone with what that just speaks to me, and I'm just loving at the time, no matter what's on trend. But we're just seeing a lot of smaller faced watches, which, you know, in previous years, we were seeing a lot of the big faced watches. And so the big faced watches, I would say they're not dated or out of style, but they're just not on trend anymore. So whenever you go watch shopping, you're going to find a lot of watches with less of the face and more bracelet looking. I'll show you the one I have, and I can link it below as well. It's a beautiful watch. It has a small face. It looks more like a bracelet, but that is what we're seeing more of coming in 2026. A necklace that is very in right now and going into 2026 are these pendant necklaces. I think that's the right name for them, but they have the adjustable leather cord, and then there's a big gold or silver, or maybe there's gold and silver as a pendant on the necklace. These have been a big trend for 2025, and they're just gaining momentum for 2026. I think you're gonna see even more options out there. I actually kind of like this. You know, this was a very big trend a long time ago, and it's come back around, and I'm enjoying wearing mine. An item that is very in for 2026, and these have been trying to come back for a while, but I think 2026 is going to be a big year for them, and it's brooches. I have opinions on brooches. Now, the brooches that are coming in for 2026, they are not only being worn on your lapel or, you know, on the side of your shirt, but they're also being used to hold a cardigan together or hold a blazer together or some kind of functional way as well. And a lot of these are very structural, and they just look very unique. They don't look quite like the vintage ones that you can find, although those are fine too. But I think this is really unique, and it'll be really interesting to see where it goes. I gotta be honest, in my personal opinion, I can't get it out of my head that brooches were something that older women wore. And by older women, I mean women my age now. Whenever I was really young, and 44 was like super old, I feel like they wore to church, and I can't get out of my head that was kind of what these old ladies, again, AKA 44-year-old women, that's what they wore. So I don't know if I'll be wearing a brooch. We'll have to see. Because I'm always willing to try anything. I'll try anything once. I don't know if I'm into brooches. But anyway, let me know what you think. I would love to know. I'm curious to see where this will go. Now, one thing that's out in this year and going into 2026, and I think this will just be out for a very long time, wearing these nice, beautiful pieces only on special occasions, like only wearing your pearls with a little black dress, or when you're going out to dinner for an evening event, or wearing your diamonds when it's a very special black tie event or something like that. Now diamonds and pearls and the special occasion jewelry are being worn more casual days, not just the special occasions. In fact, pairing your more special pieces with basic outfits is what can immediately make it look more interesting, so I am all for this. And that brings us to our sponsor for this video, which I'm very excited to share with you, which is Gingyberry. Gingyberry is a jewelry brand born from a simple but powerful idea, timeless elegance rooted in quality and care. So the founder, she's a trained gemologist named Emily. She wanted to create pieces worthy of her own mother, rejecting fast fashion knockoffs in favor of heirloom quality jewelry. So at Gingyberry, you'll find real pearls from Akoya and South Sea to Aurora freshwater. They're set in precious metals like 18 karat gold, sterling silver, or gold for May, and these are all responsibly and ethically sourced. Now, I know we have Christmas coming up, and I will say there's some really good gift ideas. Let's start with pearls because these are not your grandmother's pearls. The first piece is the LYRA necklace. These are 5-6 millimeter Aurora pearls set in sterling silver, and what I love is that they're perfect everyday size. They give you that luminous, polished look without feeling too formal. I also love that you can wear this necklace in multiple ways and layered with other necklaces. Next up are the Forever Young earrings. These are slightly larger at a 7-8 millimeter and set in 18 karat solid gold. These earrings can be worn casually or dressed up, and I love that you can switch between 2 pearls or 1. Something a little more artistic. Next we have the LETA earrings. They're 7-8 millimeter Baroque pearls, also with the Aurora finish, and the organic shape makes each pair unique. They're still elegant, but a little more modern and unexpected. If you love pieces with personality, these are so good. Now, if you want a pearl moment that's a little different, the ORLENA Akoya pearl ring is absolutely stunning. Akoya pearls are known for their mirror-like luster, and this one sits in 18 karat solid gold. It's delicate but noticeable, and the kind of ring that's minimal but still catches the eye every time you move your hand. These are the BRIOLET diamond ear studs and are 1 karat total, lab-grown, VS clarity, DF color, and set in 14 karat gold. Lab-grown diamonds are chemically identical to natural diamonds, so you're getting that luxury look with a more accessible price point. These are the everyday diamond studs you'll actually wear, and honestly, these are such a great gift idea as well. The Nuvole diamond necklace, another great gift idea, is a 0.5 karat lab-grown diamond in 14 karat gold. This one is simple, feminine, and just elegant. It has that perfect little sparkle that looks good on bare skin or over a blouse, or even layered with other necklaces. This is the kind of piece you never take off. And last, a pair of earrings that have been on my rotation for years is the ROCOCO. These are Aurora pearls in 18 karat solid gold, and these are super lightweight and feel classic, but also look unique and unexpected. I wear these at least once a week because they are so lightweight and look great with everything. I do have a discount code for 15% off, which can be combined with the Black Friday and Christmas sales, which I will list in the description box below. Make sure to check out Gingyberry in the description box, and let's continue. A jewelry trend that I think is going to be really big for 2026 are gemstones. We're going to see a lot of gemstone jewelry, from tennis bracelets to necklaces to cocktail rings. Think tiger eye and emeralds and pink sapphires. I think these are really beautiful, and I find myself like my eye is caught on a lot of these pieces that I see. Instead of the stacked wedding rings that I think is beautiful, I just love that look, but instead of that, we're moving to a lot of these gemstone type rings. So I'm curious to see what that'll look like, but that is definitely going to be a big trend for 2026. But what is out, what is still out, are these plastic beaded necklaces like Francesca's Black Friday sale circa 2016. That is still a dated look, and I don't know if it'll ever come back, but it just, those are very like cookie cutter, you just a very almost can take you back to that time kind of necklaces. Think the bubble necklaces. I'm showing you pictures of the ones that, you know, we all knew and loved about 10 years ago. They're still a very dated look. And then if you go and you have them and you match your earring with it, that also can look quite a bit dated. What is very in are the mixed metals, which doesn't mean that it's out to have like all silver or all gold or anything like that, but it's just a very in look to mix pearls with diamonds and gold with silver and gold and silver and diamonds and gems. You know, there's just lots of mixtures going on, and it's just all about creating this unique individual personal style rather than the cookie cutter looks that, you know, we definitely can find in the fast fashion world. Now, what's funny is we are seeing a lot of this more maximalist jewelry, but what is trending right now and going into 2026 are the diamond studs. But again, like I said earlier, it's not diamond studs to wear with your little black dress for an evening. It's diamond studs worn just on a regular Wednesday to go grocery shopping. That's a thing, and that is a trend. And I like this because I think it's important to wear our pieces and wear the clothes and jewelry we have and sort of save them for special occasions. So I like this. Plus, diamond studs are just easy. And a lot of diamonds now are more accessible. A lot of them are lab-grown diamonds, which, you know, if you look into the diamond world, lab-grown diamonds are kind of the way to go. And then on top of that, the diamond stacks, like if you have multiple earring holes, stacking them with diamonds is a very big trend for right now and going into 2026. I only have one. I only got one. I'm not gonna get another. I'm happy with this. Another thing that's very in, although it feels like it's never really been out, but it's just, we're gonna see a lot more of these, are dangly earrings. We're just gonna see a lot more with pearls, with unique designs, more structural. And that brings me to the item that we all have in our wardrobe, we all have in our jewelry collection, but it's just not on trend this year. And again, it's not out of style. This doesn't ever go out of style, but it's just a look that it's just not big for 2026, and that is your basic hoops, your basic gold hoops. I mean, the very basic ones that are, you know, about yay big. I will show you pictures. We all have those. They're great. They're great for just a basic earring, but it's just looking very basic. It's not exciting. It's one of those things that, please, of course, still wear anything that you want. You should never stop wearing anything that you love because of any video on the internet, but it's just not a very trending look right now. If you are gonna go the hoop route, the small chubby hoops, that is still a trending look. A very unique or interesting hoop is gonna be more on trend, but your very basic, simple gold hoops, they're not the trending look of 2026. The small chunky hoops or a pearl hoop or just something that has a little bit more uniqueness to it is going to be more on trend for 2026. By the way, I do want to give a shout out to a YouTube friend of mine, Melissa Goodwin. She has her own YouTube channel, but she designed this jacket, this blazer, I guess you could call it. So I think it's so cute. It's called the Scuba Blazer. I think that's the name of it, but it's the scuba fabric. It's just very comfortable, very stretchy, easy to wear. I will link it below, but I think it's so cool that she designed some of her own clothes. A look that is out. I think it's still kind of a dated look, but it's the beaded cuff bracelets. I feel like been dated for a little bit. Those don't look very in style. I think they're great in the summer if you're going to the beach or something like that, but they're just not a very in look right now. But what is very in are these stacked bangle bracelets, like what I'm showing you on the screen. That is a very big look, the very big, large, chunky bangles. Bold jewelry is very big right now. I think this is a big trend. Just it started this year. It's going into 2026. We might even see some door knockers come out. I don't know, but we'll see some big, bold statement jewelry, big earrings, maybe a minimal necklace, but big earrings, big bracelets. We're just seeing a lot more statement jewelry and unique pieces. And what is also very in are these vintage inspired pieces, which I think is really fun. So all this vintage inspired jewelry, like it looks almost like it came out of a vintage store, and maybe it did come out of a vintage shop, has that certain look to it. That has been a very big trend for this year and going into 2026. And then if you haven't noticed, sterling silver or just silver jewelry in general, it's back. It's, you know, it kind of faded to the background for a few years. It was just kind of hard to find. Like you could find everything in gold and then maybe you would find it also in silver. But now we are seeing lots more silver jewelry, which is great for people whose silver jewelry just looks best with their skin tone. I think that's a really exciting trend for a lot of people. Another big trend for 2026 is snake jewelry. We're going to see a lot of snake bracelets, necklaces, snake earrings. I don't know what it is with the snake, but that is a trend for 2026. Lariat necklaces. We are going to see a lot more of those. I don't think that's a look that really ever goes out of style, but I just think it's something that is going to be trending for this next year and even layered with other necklaces. So I think you'll see more lariat necklaces you can wear with even a shirt like this, like where it's low cut and maybe like a little V. And then a look that is out that I feel like this will actually come back in the next few years, designer logo jewelry. And I think when it does come back, it's gonna have a fresh new appearance, but anything that's like the big Chanel C's, a big LV hanging off your ear, a big, huge LV on your necklace or something. Something that's like very, very loud luxury is still not very on trend. And I think even whenever these logos are starting to come back, it's gonna be a little more minimal, a little less in your face, a little quieter of a logo. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the logo jewelry, but that is definitely not a very on trend look right now. One trend that's definitely not out of style by any stretch of the imagination, but if I had to guess, I would say by the end of 2026, it's kind of phasing out, but it's the bows. Y'all, bows have been this huge, crazy trend for the last couple of years. We're seeing bow jewelry, bows everywhere. And so I just kind of feel like this will be its last season. So I would not buy the diamond studded 18 karat gold, everything in bow jewelry, because I do feel like once it's not on trend, it'll just kind of look dated. But it's not dated now. I still think it's very much on trend. And if you have like a daughter, teen or something like that, that would be a cute earring for a Christmas present. So that would be a cute present. But I just feel like, you know, I feel like it's gonna go away in the next year or so. So overall with jewelry, as I said in my 2026 trends video, we are just kind of moving a little more into the maximalist direction. It doesn't mean that next year is gonna be boom, everything is crazy loud and everything, but everything is just kind of starting to move in that general direction. So there's just a lot of more uniqueness. You know, what can you do to make your own unique style? Which I think this is great. I think it's in a world of where we are seeing a lot of AI, and so we kind of want more humanness and we want more individuality and more authenticity. So, you know, that goes with your jewelry. Pieces that really speak to you rather than just be a part of some trend. So I think that's kind of fun, and I think that's how fashion really should be. But it is always fun to see what's trending and just what's coming about. And as always, you just want to, you know, wear what you love. You don't have to wear every single trend and then leave the rest behind for somebody else. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Make sure to let me know if there's any that you are really excited about or what you're wearing in the jewelry world right now. Make sure to check out Gingyberry down below if that's something that interests you, and I will see you next time.